Hello everybody, my name is Betty and thank you for watching my vlog. In this video I'll be sharing a management dilemma I faced during my work placement and the solutions I used to solve it. From the 21st of March to the 8th of April I attended a 3-week work placement at a peri-urban site in Southampton called Aldermore Community Farm. While I was here, I cleared overgrown vegetation and designed replacement fencing that was beneficial to the farm and local wildlife. I was also assigned smaller tasks such as pricking seedlings, planting crops, and managing wild stock by fixing enclosures and redirecting small streams. During this time, I was informed that the crops were being destroyed by rabbits and foxes had injured and killed some of the chicken and duck livestock on site. It appears that these unwanted animals have been getting in through holes in the fence made by badgers. Badgers have extremely muscular limbs with strong, non-retractable claws, and their broad paws are highly adapted for efficient digging. These characteristics make it very easy for them to rip through mesh fencing or dig their way underneath, leaving holes for other species to pass through. To combat this, the replacement fencing included a specialised, self-closing, heavy timber badger gate system to persuade them to go through this instead. To build a fence with an installed badger gate, I was teamed up with Megan Pardee and Esther Atchison, who are also completing their work placements here. We measured the length of the old fence so that the correct materials could be found and incorporated into the new design. Enough reusable wood had to be available on site in order to meet the farm's budget, as new chicken wire was purchased. The fence and gate construction consisted of concrete posts set into the ground with cement to keep the structure stable against any animal destruction. Wire mesh was buried a couple of feet below the ground to prevent badgers and other species from penetrating the fence by burrowing beneath it. Our badger gate design was influenced by the government's requirements and used the following dimensions. Each of these blocks of wood had a thickness of 40mm to make the frame sturdy, and all except the door had a width of 40mm as well. By completing this project, the desired outcome was to entirely prevent unwanted species such as rabbits and foxes from entering the site, while still allowing badgers to travel to and from their setts via their established routes. European badgers are elusive mammals, iconic to the British Isles. The species and their setts are heavily protected under the Badger Act 1992, and they currently have an estimated population of over 500,000. Unfortunately, organisations such as the Wildlife Trusts and East Sussex Wildlife Rescue believe that the available scientific evidence does not support a necessary cull, and it won't decrease incidences of TB transmission. The full protection of badgers and their tunnels means that a licence is needed from Natural England if land management cannot avoid blocking access to their sites. Aldermore Farm doesn't have a badger licence, so in this situation, installing a two-way gate was one of the only ways to legally solve the risk of future destruction to the newly erected fence. The gate will also prevent badger entrapment if they were to attempt getting past the obstruction in other ways. When building the gate, the only problem we faced was the farm's small budget. Some government grants are available which pay sites £135 per badger gate. Unfortunately, our gate was added to an existing fence line, so we didn't meet the requirements needed to qualify. The lack of funding compelled us to use recycled materials from previous projects to build our own barrier. Individual pre-made badger gates can cost anywhere from £40 to £60 each, excluding delivery and installation costs. These tend to be manufactured from galvanised steel or aluminium for optimum strength and longevity, as wooden gates have a possibility of rotting or being damaged by chewing. To resolve this problem, The wood used was treated with a non-toxic, low-odour preservative product called Lifetime Valhalla, which ensured animals would not be harmed if they ingested any chewed wood. The low odour of this varnish should also dissuade animals from biting or tasting the wood without diverting them from the gate entirely. Using wood also eliminated the risk of rusting which would have been present in metal gates. To keep the badger gate as environmentally friendly as possible, we referenced Natural England's badger gate requirements and followed specifications as closely as possible. All the materials used, including the natural eco-friendly varnish and timber, met the environmental management British standards, as well as making the project an excellent economic choice. We made sure that the local wildlife's welfare was kept in mind, and no nails were left exposed to risk animal injury. We also sanded down the whole frame so no rough saw edges could catch on the badger's fur or skin. Other considerations we acknowledged, including how climate would affect the gate's capability. Small gaps between the door flap and frame were added so it wouldn't jam following periods of rain where the wood might swell. This video shows us using a Stanley wood plane to make the gaps larger. Luckily, the farm is located on privately owned land, so there were no issues regarding public access or conflicts of interest. However, we were working near a public footpath and road, so we made sure to be considerate and keep tools off the path and stopped using loud machinery such as drills while people walked past. Once installed, the gate needs to be maintained in good working order. Future management includes regularly checking if it has become blocked or if other areas of the fence are showing signs of damage or need repair. For the first couple of days after installation, the flap was held open with wire so that the badgers could get accustomed to using this area to pass through. This must have been a success as muddy paw prints were spotted on the floor block and no damage had been made to the fence or floor, which could have indicated an attempt to dig under. For further monitoring, Aldermore Farm plans to invest in a nighttime camera to keep track of the gate's efficiency and to record individuals who use it.